Hello, hello. Testing a new sound. Can you hear me all right, Justin? Just you for now tonight. Yes? Awesome. Uh, Give me your honest thoughts. How's the quality? Just you on a scale of 1 to 10 and be truly honest. Just you to set up my quality, testing out some new things. So if you could let me know for the people that are going to be watching this recording on YouTube as well, please. I am messing around with some different qualities. I would like some honest feedback if that is possible. Just you. 7? All right, I'll take a 7 for now. I'll try and bring that quality up to an 8 or 9. Definitely. But on that note, let's get right into it. Why don't we? Pretty standard day, right? Pretty straightforward day. A lot of different SMT that came around today, right? Definitely on our daily chart, we can see that we didn't trade below Friday's low on NASDAQ, but we did on Yes. The sound of your voice is like going up and down. Yeah, that's sadly what happens when I'm like far away from my mic. I think it still happens if I'm close like that. Just you. Let's do a little 2 seconds of sound test. Is the sound quality still good if I'm this close? Or does it become bad? I really need to mess around with my mic because I do have a good mic. I just don't have any good settings on it. Just you. Is this bearable? Do let me know. I need some feedback from you guys. Right? It's very hard to like hear yourself while you're recording. Just you, just you, just you, just you. Okay. Wait, let me. You know what? This is not the time to be messing around with it. So let me just move one thing. I know it's not that bad, but it's the kind of stuff that just pisses you off. Is this a little better, or does the pitch still go up and down through it? Just you. I think I see the pitch actually going up and down. So okay. All right. Well, I'll mess around with it on my own time, but I do want to make it better. I do want to make it so that it is not going up and down like that. But for today, bear with me. It's going to be some more of that. As I was saying, right, we have some very nice SMT with Friday's low. Definitely something that was nice to trade today. But we had a little bit of both sides offered. For myself, I was definitely looking for shorts. If we look at our 15-minute chart, we see a very clear pattern that I feel like, I mean, it's pretty much like yesterday, right? Yesterday, we had a very nice expansion. Wait, what am I looking at? There we go. Expansion, retracement, continuation. And today we had a reversal profile, right? You have accumulation overnight, then you have a post-London run. So the time between London and New York creates a London framework with that run, which is our manipulation, which means that at this point in time, especially with the beautiful rates that happened at the highs, I'm only looking for shorts, right? So as soon as we open here at 9:30, I'm looking for shorts. I was anticipating that maybe we could form some sort of SMT, right, with one of the assets taking out current day's high at 9:30, but we did not. Does this mean the setup is bad? No, it just that's what I was looking for, right? I'm just sharing my insights of specifically what I was looking for. But if we look right here at 9:30, we actually formed a bearish breaker. And right after at 9:31, you had an available entry. I myself waited until there was some SMT confirmed, but I entered right here, right at 9:33. And if you guys look, actually right here, 9:32, traded above this swing point. No, traded to this swing point. So 9:34 actually formed the SMT. So I entered at the open of the 9:34 candle, about the midpoint. I took this short, was very happy, was trading the London framework, right? London high was taken on the overnight movement, which means I was looking to target London high, London low, sorry, and the relative equal lows that are formed at the current low of day plus Asia's low. But I got stopped out, right? But pretty much instantly, I'm going to be honest. And then I was waiting because this idea was still valid, even if I got stopped out. And the next entry here with a 3PD array stop loss would have actually been another mistake. Well, mistake. No, another losing trade. Sorry. Right here, that would have been bad because as we can see from a 3PD array stop loss, you have fair value gap order block, and inversion fair value gap, which would bring your stop right here. But I did not place my stop right here. I actually saw someone in chat, who was it today, that traded pretty much, well, very close to what I did. I do want to find it. I want to give a shout out whenever I see some people doing stuff like that. It was Efe actually today. So he took this first entry with his stop all the way up here. Now you might ask, why is it up here? Because we have SMT at these highs, right? Right here, and which is this swing point, I guess. So it would be this one. The reason why the indicator is not noticing it is because it is at different times, but we could pretty much use this swing point right here. There was a little bit of consolidation there, right? But this is still valid SMT, so I place my stop at the SMT. Now, whenever I diverge like that from the 3PD array stop loss, doesn't mean the 3PD array stop loss is bad. But in this case, since we had already expanded quite a bit, I understood we could retrace. And since our first premium in efficiency here was a level of liquidity, I can allow for this liquidity to be taken. Whenever we come into cases like these, I just split my position into two. So I take a half risk trade, and if we confirm that trade, like for example, when we had this SMT here is when I added on to my position. So we formed a breaker with this SMT, and we had this inversion fair value gap right here, including the volume imbalance, which I re-entered on. And at that time, my stop was trailed to this level. So basically, this is one trade, but I split it up into two entries, right? Half risk trade with a wider stop, and then a more precise trade in this area, which leaves me to have a full position. A little different than usual, right? Usually I'm all about, hey, mechanical entry and everything. Well, mechanical entry would have been, hey, I got stopped out here, and then I re-entered here. You know what? The 3PD array stop loss, you have your inversion fair value gap here, have another inversion fair value gap here, but anyways, you have these two order blocks. So your stop would be here. So you would have actually made more money by taking these two losses with the mechanical entry and then taking this successful trade, this win. Or even if you missed that, you had another opportunity. Oh, sorry about that. Another opportunity right here where your stop would be at these levels, right? And you would have still made actually the same amount of money as what my positions were, right? My split positions were. So no matter if you traded mechanically or not, you would have had successful trades. But myself, I didn't want to mention, these are the specific trades I traded. And most of my position was taken out at current day's low. I also took a partial right here. Right? This is not something there is a real reason behind. It is just very clear to me, right? It's a little like yesterday. I understand that we should run aggressively through these, but from this point on, we don't have to go all the way down here. If we are, we're going to go straight away. But if you guys want an actual mechanical reason behind it, what is the move I am looking to reverse? This entire move. So this is the move I'm trading. Now, the first discount would have been right here, actually. So your mechanical partial would have been this line right here. And you would have said, hey, it does not offer me enough risk to reward. So what is my mechanical rules? Well, if my partial does not offer me enough risk to reward, so here, I'll mark this out as first discount. I didn't make the template for nothing. Well, my rules are that I have to go break even. So at this point, you would have went break even, and you would have actually been very happy. Didn't even return close to your break even, and you would have had a risk-free position to move along. So definitely very nice in this sense. So one possible loss up to 3 possible wins in this area. Definitely what I would say is a good day, right? Let's do SMT top. So let me mark this out here at a partial. It was pretty much 70% of my position here. I had already taken off one contract pretty much at this area, which was, I guess, 20% of my position. So here was more like 60. And then I had a 2 contract runner right here. So pretty decent in this case. So 1 contracts, 2 contracts, and then 2 contract runner. And I didn't hold it for very long. That's the truth, right? I do want to mention, as we can see from the session ranges here, there was SMT at this low. It does not matter because this is not a clear manipulation for me. And statistically speaking, I have a London framework, and I understand that this London low level is over 60% chance of being met. So I understand that if I take these trades, let's just talk about 60% win rate, right? Let's say I have 60% win rate on these trades. And let's remove the ones where the breaker block stops you out. So let's just call it even 30% win rate. It means that I need at least above 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. Oh, well, this offers 4R. This is a profitable move to make. I literally just simply explained to you guys how I code my trading bots. Is this a strategy that is worth trading? I look at how often it works. I look at how much money it can make me, and tell it, hey, can I take this setup? Yes or no, if it offers enough money and has an accurate amount of probability. This is actually what my best automatic strategies do. I took my final partial at this level right here, right? This swing low that just stands out, right? If we go to a higher time frame chart, this is a higher time frame swing low, specifically this 15-minute for me. Let me please, thank you, put it at the correct place. And at this point in time, I got trailing stopped on this high right here. So we were consolidating during lunch, and I got trailing stopped. Didn't want to hold it past. Now, any long opportunities would have been after this level is met. And if I put my breaker blocks indicator, oh, it's actually already in the default mode, which means just no bullish breakers, no bullish breakers. And well, this is during lunch anyways. But when we take out lunch low with SMT, right, that we can see from the indicator as well, let's put some text into this because I think some text would be nice. Now we might see two texts which overlaps, but still pretty nice. At this point, you have an entry, right, to have a lunch frameworks. The only problem is if we look at the 3PD array stop loss rule, well, you have an IFVG there. So you have a pretty tight stop, which allows for enough risk to reward to your objective, which in this case would be lunch high. As you can see, we definitely did not reach it. But if you guys remember, we have very clear rules. What happens if I consolidate on my entry? Well, I'm looking for an opportunity to go break even. And if we break above our range of said consolidation, this is my opportunity. So right here, when we closed above the high of this consolidation range, right? Even before, actually, you could just look at any given swing point that stands out. So right here, go break even. I didn't trade this PM trade, right? That's why I'm saying hypotheticals. But as you can see, you would have gotten broken even. Still, I mean, if you had a very, very tight break even, maybe you didn't get stopped out here, but this is pretty much where you'd get stopped out by slippage, or maybe you had a slightly late entry. Actually, my entry is wrong here. So it would have actually been a break even at this area. So even though you had the possibility of being up 1.7R, I mean, if you took a partial here, you would have gotten stopped out anyways. So there was a PM opportunity for long, just didn't offer much. The real opportunities were definitely the shorts at the open. We have any questions for the day? Well, 13 minutes. I mean, it's a pretty clear day, right? Consolidation into a manipulation move, taking out liquidity, breaking structure. SMT at the open confirms a bearish move to go for that London framework, create low of day, and opposing sell side liquidity. Was long bias, so only took the long after lunch, got 5R only though. For me, it's really about the drawing I did in my weekly outlook. I did this. Whenever we have an early week expansion, and I'm talking about Monday, Tuesday, we tend to see a very aggressive retracement and most often a Friday continuation, right? Especially with NFP this Friday. It's a weird one because it's delayed NFP, which should have been last week, right? But it might be this week, could be canceled again. But overall, I'm looking at that. So when Monday is very directional, right? A trending day, right? That's pretty much what we had yesterday on Monday for NASDAQ specifically, right? A lot of SMT with ES. I tend to look for a retracement. So I already had that idea in mind going today. So definitely didn't have a long bias. And when it was confirmed by the daily structure, then everything aligned. Truth is, I don't really need to look at a bias at all. I like doing it because it helps me improve my win rate, right? I am more consistent when I have a bias in mind, but I don't need it to be profitable. I could just look at this day and understand that I don't need to know where it's going. I just need to understand where the high probability trades that will make me money are. And with this daily structure of opening with consolidation, manipulating higher, forming a London framework, statistically speaking, it will make me more money to short than to long. So my high probability opportunities will be short. It doesn't matter what my bias is. I understand that shorts will pay. So today I'm trading shorts. That's pretty much how I make all my decisions in trading. But when I have a daily bias, I like to understand that, hey, if I have a move that aligns with my daily bias, then that should be a bigger move than just an intraday movement, which is based on intraday values. I'm glad I wasn't short biased though, because I would have stopped after -2R. Well, see, for me, there was only one potential loss. Oh, well, yes, of course. If you had this at your 3 PD array stop loss rule, you would have taken 2 losses and missed out on the third opportunity. So that's definitely something. That's why I have a last bullet. I've actually said that multiple times over. My risk management strategy is I can't lose more than 2.5R a day. Why is that? Well, it's 1R, 1R, and then 0.5R. So I have that last opportunity right there. And if I have break-even trades in there, I'll keep going, right? It's not a 3 trade maximum. It's a 2.5R max loss. If I'm risking $1,000, I'll never be down more than 2,500 a day. Well, give or take, right? A few $100s, but that is my maximum loss limit. Why is Asia low SMT not considered? I did just say it. So even though there is Asia SMT at this Asia low, there is no clear manipulation, right? Manipulation move on a daily time frame, right? Daily perspective is what I mean. I'm looking at the entire day. It can't just be this tiny ass move. It has to be energetic, and it has to take some sort of higher time frame objective, like for example, previous day high, right? I didn't even bring this in. Let's bring back our previous day high and low so we can see it right here. We actually reached all the way down to previous day low. I didn't even notice that we did. Very beautiful framework there on both assets. Just you. Does that make sense? So the only reason why it's not considered is because of the daily structure. I understand that the only reason why this SMT was formed was not to form a daily low, because this is not a big enough move. This is not an energetic enough move, and it didn't take any sort of higher time frame target, right? Like, for example, previous day high. So the only reason why we formed SMT here was to initiate this, right? Cause and effect. Why did we do this? Because the SMT was formed here. Well, more so, we had to do this move, and the SMT was the, I'm forgetting the word in English, but what triggered it, pretty much. That's how I think, at least. I'm not saying this is how the market works. I'm saying this is how I personally interpret them. That doesn't sound right. That is how I interpret them. I feel like that is not even a word, but it is a word in French that I kind of translated there. But that's how I see them, is what I should have said. We have any final questions before we call it a night here? Just you. I don't see anyone typing. All right, we're going to call it a night. We're going to have some more PA reviews along the week. As I said, I will try to keep this going for every single day to catch up with doing less last week. You guys have a great night. Good luck trading tomorrow, and we'll see each other very soon for another one of these PA reviews. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Just